morning, gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about cover one, but before we go, it's one of my little historical pictures I have hanging up around my house. This is Matt Potolivo. This is Aaron Davis, I believe as a freshman or a sophomore. Coach Bunker was on this team. Those are the hallowed red pants that we won the state championship in. But look at the eyes of these guys competing. Notice their cleats are muddied up. We got guys with tape on them. But what we talked about to the platoon leaders the other day, everybody's got matching socks on. Okay? No extra armbands and anything like that. Just good old-fashioned NT football on the grass. This was in Will North. You got foliage out there. But this is exciting. Aaron Davis was not only one of the top touchdown scorers, rushing leaders, but also a tremendous basketball player. Played Division II basketball. And but you know, just a classic NT photo to get the embers flowing this evening. Okay, today we're going to be talking about cover three and cover one. I'm going to start with cover one first. Cover one, we have one heart, we have one brain. So those are the code words: heart, brain. Cover three is amigos and mice. 3 amigos, 3 blind mice. Okay, we'll talk about some of the blitzes when we have cover one. And this is my little checklist to make sure I stay on board. But we're going to start right over here, Mace. All right, now the first thing we need to know when we're talking about coverages is, A, we need to be aligned correctly. So we are going to start our defense at 1x7 with the corners. The safety is going to be 10 to 12 yards off the ball like we talked about the other day. And they split the number one receivers. Okay, linebackers, heels at 5. These guys are going to be 3x3, or this term I called the other day, apex. Apex is off the last man of line of scrimmage and the next receiver. Okay, how do we count our receivers? From the outside in. One thing I want to talk about first. This is where we start, and then at the snap of the football is where we need to be. So if we can get good, we might always start with the bandit back here. Young kids just don't get nervous about this. At 7 to 8 yards off the ball, which would move the safety over, but at the snap, he would move into the correct location. But let's go back. Stance, we're in great stance. Alignment is critical. Now, whose are these receivers? The outside receiver is always called number one on both sides. Number one. So when the safety splits number one receiver, he should be halfway between these two dudes right here. This guy would be number 2. And as we look along, the running back would be number 3. These are guards, tackles, linemen right in here. They are not eligible. So that's number 1. This is number 2. Okay? So it's important that every guy in our defensive side of the ball, maybe defensive linemen don't have to understand that. Yes, you should. Know who's eligible. You need to understand who the receivers are. Okay? Let's go back over here to another set. Okay? This is our traditional dubs, which we see all the time. Outside receiver number 1, and then we count inside. 2, 3. Okay? Who's this guy? 2. And then if this guy switches over here or comes over here, leaves out here, he can become number 3. Okay? Outside receiver 1, 2, 3. And now we count this guy as number 2 on this side only. So pretty easy job. We talked about our alignment. 1x7, okay? Safety splits number ones. That's how we number our receivers. That's important. Now, cover 1 stands for 1 safety deep. Here he is, all right? So this is going to be cover 1. Heart, brain, whatever else we can think of as number 1, okay? So it's pretty easy to start with. In cover 1, corner's got number 1. Okay. Now, what needs to happen at the snap, we call it soft catch man, soft, I don't care what we call it, but we end up at 5 yards off the ball in the inside shade of this guy. We got him man to man. Number 2, the Frank would have number 2. Okay. And this is why I like Hatchet, because we are better. Sam would have number 3. Get it? Corner 1, 2, 3. The safety's not going to have anybody because he is 1 deep. That's what our coverages are always called. So on this side, number 1, Corner's going to have him. Number 2 goes to the bandit. So we're at 5 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to be done pretty quick here. He would have him here. Okay. Now, when it gets a little bit squirrely, cover 1 is when we have our blitzes. Look over here, Mace. If I call a red 1, okay, what did we learn the other day? Red means these dudes are going opposite of the blitz. And the Frank is coming off the edge. Outside shoulder of the nearest back. So now, if we're in cover 1, he's got 1, Sam's got 2. Mike has number 3, and then on the backside, we still got 1. We're still good there. Okay? So close it to 5 yards off the ball. We get our hands all over these guys, man to man. If these guys go in motion, we go in motion with them. Across the formation, cover 1, unless it's a game plan. Okay? Flip it over to the back. We're in cover 1. And then for the fun of it, I'm going to diagram a blue 2 cross. Oh, geez, I can't spell, guys. Blue 2 cross. So, D linemen go away from the call. Uh-oh. Coach almost goofed up. We call the blue 2 cross, right? So who's crossing? And goes outside for smoke. Will has inside. Sting. So how does cover 1 look to us now? Got number 1. Frank's got number 2. Sam has number 3. Okay? Corner. Bandit number 2. All right? If for some reason this guy comes over here, then the Mike knows he's got a man-to-man. Okay? Again, anything in motion, we are going to chase him across. Last one I'm going to diagram real quick. Cover 1. Out shoot. Okay? Out. These guys align outside, and they are playing outside. Shoot. Louie, Louie, Louie is telling the nose he's going left. The Mike goes right. Okay? So, no big deal. Safety is always deep. He's got number 2. Will has number 3. Okay? Corner has 1. Frank has number 2. Safety is deep. All right? Communication, and we need to understand our plays. Thanks, Mason.